Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. We whoop a bookie's ass. Ah, this is just K. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. 24/7 researching, it's all a fantasy. But if I make the right plays, it pays automatic. Bankroll showing that I know it. Dope strategy. On a winning streak, I'm stacking a dose and the bookies all get mad at me. Confident with power plays, not clicking on a flex today. All I see is green and we all about to get paid. Arrogant shots on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, they like if you feeling it. Picking the players, they all never time. You can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Looked around, we found a glitch. No toast allowed, just supposed to live. Sophia's fine, sat to his stick, and Caitlin Clark just doesn't miss. Win, lose, or draw, we never quit. When we shoot the ball, it's another switch. Submit the link, it'll make you rich, and we going big. Don't be a bitch. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. We whoop a bookie's ass. Ah, this is just K. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. We about to go big. We about to go big.
Just cash.
About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pigs.
We're back, E.
Yo, yo. Yo, yo. What's good, fam? Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, man. Had a little bit of time off for the All-Star break, and we are back. What's going on? It is Just Cash. What?
Oh my gosh. Feels like it's been forever.
It's been a minute. It has been a minute. And, you know, we also had a weird schedule with the last week. You know, there was AM games that we had playing, and then the last day that we were going to stream, I think we had 3 games that were already over and done with. So, you know what, just took a little bit of time off early, and we are back now and got us a nice juicy 5-game slate for today. So, going to be a good one, hopefully.
Juicy.
And that's right. It's going to be hopefully not bittersweet, but hopefully a sweet one. How are you doing? Underrated? What's good, man? How are things?
Good, man. I feel like it's been forever. It's been a long time, man. We had 5-day break or something like that. That's a long time when it comes to WNBA and all the fun that we've been having. But we're back now. Feeling like the season's about to begin right now. We got some data from before, but you know, after the break, who knows exactly how they're going to come out. I'm sad Caitlin's not there. I'll tell you that. Makes me a little sad. But we have a few games here that make sense and a few props that I like that you had. So let's get into them.
All right, then. All right. Yeah, let's just hit on a couple general news, some injury notes, and man, player additions too. Well, let's talk about the elephant in the room, if you will. Big Emma Miesemann signed over with New York Liberty, and they also picked up Steph Talbot, who I will say is no slouch off the bench. But man, picking up Emma, how does that slap you in the face? I mean, if this team wasn't already number one, I mean, that's got to sure up any concerns.
Yeah, they're back, man. I mean, JJ back today. Fibich was back last week. I think I saw a stat today that said they're 7-0 with Fibich and JJ in the lineup, and their average win is 21 points. That's how crazy they are with this squad. So add Miesemann too. Oh boy. Yeah, it could be scary here because we watched New York without JJ for a while, and we forgot who New York was. But now JJ's back, it could be curtains for the rest of the league for real. Besides Minnesota maybe trying to scratch their way up there, but I don't know. We could see a big blowout today.
Yeah, man. Well, I definitely have some blowout concerns, which we will address here in a little bit. But Just, I mean, an unreal pickup. I knew that she was really kind of advocating for, if she was coming back over to play in the W, that she did, in fact, want to get onto a team that had a real shot with winning the championship. So can't say I fault her there. You know, they honestly probably even got her signed to a pretty minimal contract, all things considered. Steph Talbot was definitely a min contract kind of pickup, but Emma wants a ring, man. She's kind of getting on up there a little bit with the age. I mean, she is not quite a young buck as she was, but still wants that ring. So I think now, and we've seen with this team too, they've had issues with both Jonquel and Sabally off the bench, kind of, basically playing one and the same. So she's going to fit in perfectly. I think, ideally, I don't know how exactly she would look with the starting position with the team. Would they move Fibich out? Would they move Stewart to the 3? X, Y, and Z there. But she's at least going to play these filler minutes. So until this, the 2 usual bigs for this team can get healthy, I mean, she should soak up all the minutes she can. And it's going to be interesting to see how she gels with this team, because they like to pass, they like to shoot a lot of threes, and that's something that she also has been pretty dominant with the RA as well. So, and Slaps to shoot the 3 as well, on top of that. So pretty insane pickup to say the least. But let's talk about some players being out, because we got several of them today. As we know, Cameron Brink, there's a little bit of speculation that she may or may not be back after the break. It looks like that is going to be not the case right now, so still be determined whenever she will be back. Caitlin Clark still going to be out. Looks like that groin issue is honestly, a real issue for her. So unfortunate that it is still ongoing, but will be out for today. And we did see Atkins ended up going to be sitting out, as well as Michaela. I know Reese was somewhat on the injury report before the All-Star break. Looked like she's good to go now. So Cardoso also back in full swing of things. Love to see it. Ryan Howard's going to be out for today. And then we also had a little bit of a late pop-up Q tag for Jackie Young. So we're going to be looking out for her. We'll talk about this game, especially later, because I think these 2 late night hammers could be somewhat interesting for, a mini slate to say. But we will need news for that. And then last but not least, we got Carrington. It looks like she's going to be back today. And then Hines Allen is a game time decision. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on today. I do, again, worry about a few possible blowouts today. One of them, especially being this Minnesota-Chicago matchup, I will say, Atkins being around was going to help out a lot, but this is actually going to be one of the first times this season that the Minnesota team is going to be able to play off of a fully rested slate. They're not going to be playing them on a back-to-back off of, they had multiple basically crunch schedule kind of, 3 games in 4 days or 4 games in 6 days, stuff like that. So fully rested Lynx, 15.5 feels kind of appropriate. I know that Chicago's been able to keep up with them, but would not be surprised today to see a really bad blowout here for this game. And then the other one, I think pretty obvious, New York at home, always really dangerous. Now fully healthy, even more dangerous. Indiana without Clark's kind of looks sketchy for their offensive outing, so who knows what we get as far as that goes. I think 10.5 is totally warranted there. And then another game who, honestly, I don't think they're giving Seattle enough credit, but Seattle only 9-point favorites at home against Dallas. That's a little crazy there, I'm thinking. But I would not be surprised to see Dallas just get get a good old-fashioned spanking here. This team's a mess. I will say also, trade deadline is the 7th, so it's just around the corner. Wouldn't be shocked to see either Enrique or, Carrington, McCowan, any of these players getting traded off this team here. But yeah, man. Other than that, we got 2 rematch games. The Chicago-Minnesota game, they've played now the 4th time in just this month alone. That's kind of weird. But Indiana and New York just played, and Washington with the Sparks, they just played right before the break. So let's talk about a couple plays here that we had before the bumps and before adjustments. One of them, man, I will say shout out to Hard Rock. Dog, if you can get on Hard Rock, they have some crazy early line action. I mean, I could not believe Feezy was at 19.5 points on there. and she was like minus 138 or something, like just ridiculously good. So shout out to Hard Rock. They've had some pretty crazy good early action right now, but this is definitely one of them that stood out. I mean, it's MVP, man. She's just been doing it all year. 68% of the time she's getting there. The matchup has been 100% of the time so far this season in all 3 of the games. But now, again, with her coming off of a fully rested slate, she looked fantastic in the All-Star game. Got a couple more days of rest after that. Bounce back performance after the dud that was the Phoenix game, even though they still won pretty solid. But she only put up 10 points there. So season metrics, she doesn't really have back-to-back bad performances. I mean, the closest thing we had was this 2 games here. She had 18 and 17. But I'm looking for a 20 burger out of her today. I think she's going to do her thing at home. And this is just way too low of a line. So lock that in for some early value.
Yeah. There was another site that had it at 19.5. Also, I saw Hard Rock was one. There was one other. I forget what it was now, but it showed it on the good old Props Madness, like how you had on the what's it called again? Outlier. Yeah. There was another site, but anyways, yeah, man, 19.5 is crazy. That's great. That's a great play. So hopefully some people got that in the Discord.
Hope so. Hopefully. I mean, and you can see a pretty wide net of lines here, all the way down from 160, goes all the way up to minus 233. So getting it at the 138 or whatever it was yesterday was pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, next up we got big Shakira Austin, who has been honestly one of our low-key fan favorites. She did us a little dirty one game, but that wasn't really her fault. It was a blowout situation. And we're coming off of what was a blowout game. She only played, I believe, 25 minutes in this last game. And now we got them back at the house. Okay, she played just shy of 27 minutes, 26.9. So just shy of that. Had a pretty solid performance. I mean, overall, 43 fantasy. Can't be mad at that. The field goal attempts still look to continue to be very strong for her. I mean, we're talking double-digit shots every single game. Free throw attempts have looked really good. And the fouls, keeping the hands to herself, which I know was something that was a concern of yours, but kept the hands to herself in this last 11 games since coming back with the starting unit. Only one game with 5 fouls, and everything else has been pretty kosher. So I like it. I like to see, the minutes have been very solid. Few blowout games sprinkled in the mix. Obviously, he's going to take the minutes down, but still, she was in line to play another 30 minutes. So the game environment being a little bit better here, also being able to get some rest under the belt helps out a lot. I like her, man. She's been able to do a lot here. And fantasy was a really good look at 30.5. Let's see, they got, for the last 10 games. So 70% looking really solid here. And even, just the median, we're talking 34 fantasy a game here. So it's not like she's just barely covering this line. She's doing a lot of work. And I think, again, the block steal potential is going to be really high in this matchup. The Sparks are allowing most for both of those metrics. And then points inside the paint and just overall field goals made, top 5 for all that stuff. So I like her, man. We just need the minutes here. I think it's just going to be our biggest sweat. Production's been very, very positive. The only 2 real misses was against Minnesota and Seattle. Dallas, they kind of just came up short. She did get in the foul trouble that game. So, but other than that, man, I like her. She's looked really solid. The rebounds also 7.5, felt a touch low. Sparks are shooting a ton of threes, so there's going to be a lot of more range 3 points or range rebounds from the 3-pointers, and both her and Kiki had a really, really great game. So either one of those players, 7.5 rebounds, I like. But Shakira, I think, is a little bit more solid for the minutes in the close game, whereas Kiki, she's really kind of capped out in her minutes right now.
Okay, cool. And then there's a point discount there on Underdog as opposed to Prizepicks. So I see. So if you're on an Underdog, you want to get that in. If you're on Prizepicks, would you still take a stab at it, or are we passing on Prizepicks?
Well, it looks like she just bumped again, I believe, up to 31.5.
She did. Yep, on Prizepicks, yeah.
Yeah, so if you can get it on Underdog, that would be your better option there. But we did get it in at 30.5. So I know we kind of rolled through it at the beginning of the show. Where you guys want to get all this early action is going to be in the description down below. Make sure to check out the Discord, any of our overnight leans, early access, as well as the other sports that we cover. Shout out to Big Underrated with MPB, Asian Baseball, loves to get after it. And we got DZ with soccer, Coach with baseball. And yeah, man. So a lot of stuff going on in there. A lot of stuff.
And
if you
NFL.
guys do-
NFL's on the way. I can't wait for tackles. I can't wait. I'm stoked. I'm ready.
Yeah.
We got a month or two.
We're less than what?
I don't know. At
2
least
months
a month.
away?
Maybe a month. We'll be getting into it. Maybe 2. We'll be right into it. But yeah, at least a month. But I'm excited. I'm already ready. I'm going to sleep early just so the next day comes faster.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited for that. So there's going to be a lot of stuff, just on the horizons. And then, man, I mean, NBA is going to be right back here in front of us, and college basketball before you know it. So if you guys are excited, happy to see some more stuff, make sure to hit that like button down below. Help us grow the channel, continue to do what we're doing here. And if you're not a part of the little YouTube community, hit that subscription button down below. That way you don't miss out whenever we do go live. We'll be back in the full effect now since the break's over. So plan on streaming every day, Monday through Fridays, and weekend stuff will be a little bit more so just Discord specific. So be in there, be a part of it, come in, say hi, and hopefully win some money.
Let's go.
All right, let's keep rolling through some plays here. Unless we got some questions that we need to get caught up on.
Yeah, I was just starting this little poll real quick, but let's see. Who do we have in here today? We got Dirty Reg 22. What's up, bro? He says hit the like button and try Dolly Parton TV dinners at your local Walmart stores. They're good. All right, little shout out, Dolly Parton. Okay. C-Dot says hit the like button, subscribe to the Discord. We getting this money. C-Dot, baby. What's up, bro? Ant the Kid says what's good? What's up, Ant the Kid? The chosen one, bingo. Thank you. I'll take that.
Hey.
Big chosen.
What's up, man?
Always a good vibe he brings around. Love it. Van Negro Jones says, sit back with your favorite beverage, fire up some puff puff, and fellowship with positive winning vibes. Look at what we got in here today. All kinds of happy shit going on. We're happy we got 5 games today, I think, and all the homies back. And he says, go Mystics. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Mystics that last game. They're going to try to turn it around today. Put a whooping on the Sparks. R.I.P. to Ozzy Osbourne and Theo from The Cosby Show. Ouch. Yeah, man. I saw that Ozzy Osbourne. R.I.P. for sure, man. Damn. Theo from The Cosby Show? I didn't know that either. Fuck.
Yeah, he unfortunately passed away yesterday from an accidental drowning. I saw that was super heartbreaking to see. And I mean, he was still super young too, man. So absolute legends. Unfortunately, losing both of them. But I know you and I were talking about Ozzy right before we hopped on here, man. I was super bummed about that. So yeah, it has not been a great week for some celebrities and unfortunate people passing. But it does happen. So we will, mourn and remember them to each their own. And it's part of life, man. It's part of life.
That's real. And Negro says, Emma was with us when we won the ship. Hashtag Mystics. There we are. Mystics fan he is. Yeah. Big 2 says, bingo, let's fucking go. Okay, let's go, Big 2. About to do some live betting today. We're going to have lots of overwhelming 5 games at once with 3 different sites up at the same time. Going to be fun. Hopefully we get some dubs. We should. It's always fun to live bet because bookies be fucking up, especially with 5 games. So we should be able to find some good value. Jump in the Discord and follow us live betting today. It'll be fun. Free 7-day trial. Just chill. No issues. If you don't like it, you can just cancel and get the hell out of there. But we're going to win some money today if you want to join us. Dirty Reg 22 says I'm going Shakira and Kiki to both get 6 rebounds. Parlaying that together. What do you think about that? Shakira 6 and Kiki 6.
I'm not mad at it. I mean, they both had pretty much, equal opportunity to really thrive on that. The only thing with Kiki is she just has somewhat of a soft minutes cap on her. But I mean, both of them should easily be able to go out and get 7+ rebounds today. So I don't mind it. I think you'll probably get a pretty reasonable payout for that if I had to. If I had to guess, since their lines are at 7.5. But just out of curiosity, let me give it the old gander here. Yeah, minus 169. So, I mean, assuming you got it closer to 150, hopefully. But, yeah, I don't mind that at all.
That's a cool little bet right there. And then
these are really good parlay pieces, too, I was going to say.
Yeah. Rebounds are always scary for me, but players like that with alts seem to be the thing they do. I mean, rebounds you're going to get some rebounds more often than you're going to, hit shots a lot of times for these ladies. So it makes sense. Dirty Reg says, I think the game will be close enough to where Kiki and Shakira will have damn near 30 minutes apiece. So hopefully quite a bit of time on the court together. Now, who's the other big for Washington that they play sometimes? Is she out? Is Leah Edwards there? Is old
Edwards,
Dolson there? They're both there still? Or do we think 30 minutes? Like he said.
So, I mean, that's what I was saying about her. It's like her direct backup is Edwards. So, like, somebody who can get active minutes. But Shakira, her only backup is Steph Dolson. So, that's something, is kind of more likely Dolson would play less minutes, whereas, Edwards, I will say, her minutes aren't necessarily quite as obnoxious as, they can be, but she's still just playing enough minutes in the rotation sometimes that, like, if she gets hot during the game, coach will play her closer to 20 minutes, but, they were talking about already trading her, so, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see her kind of get shipped around or shipped out here sometime over the next week.
Yeah, that makes sense to get her out of there because she was a good player last year. She looked like a promising young player, and now Kiki's just so good they just couldn't put her on the bench. But Edwards, the only thing I worry about is, which probably won't happen, but when players try to get traded, they try to show what they can do out there and play them a little bit more and show out also because they want to go somewhere and have somebody love them. So that's a little thing to look at, but I don't know, man. Kiki 30 minutes? We need Kiki 30 minutes. We need Shakira 30 minutes. I don't hate it. They should get 6 boards.
Yeah. I mean, shout out to Kiki. She's been extremely productive in the games that she is playing. It just stinks that she's basically, over the last month, she's only played like one game over 30 minutes. And
I know.
Everything else.
That's the thing I've been noticing since Shakira's been doing so much. Kiki's been doing less, it seems. Only issue.
Yeah. Well, they just, they have the bodies to not really push it necessarily to the max with minutes and stuff like that. And, even though Washington is having a pretty reasonable season, there's still some kind of, question marks of how, one, how deep is this team going to try and go for a playoff push? Is it even worth that? Is it worth, just trying to play a reasonable season so they can sign another player or two? And then, next year, once the team's fully healthy for the whole season, it could look totally different. But, they were down a couple players to start, I would say at least the first, 10 to 12 games of the season. And then thankfully they got bailed out from a lot of the, the young bucks shooting really well. But still, if we're talking a long-term team here, what pieces are they going to keep and what pieces are they going to ship out? Not sure.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll be cheering for you, Mr. Jones. And, it's Dirty Rag. We'll be cheering for you, bro. And E2's here. E, what do you think about that? E2.
Hey, what's up, man? Glad you guys are here with us. Yes, sir.
Angel.
Everything,
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just saw Angel. I got excited.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some Angel plays. Both of them are either bumped or removed. I know the turnovers are removed completely. They did end up getting bumped shortly after, or at least the next day after. But yeah, field goal attempts got bumped up to, I think, 12.5 now. But the turnovers, man, I was pretty excited they left them at 3. I mean, it was something that, she's been really struggling with the turnovers over the last month. I mean, we're talking like coming way over this, 5-6, 5-3, 6-4-3. So she's definitely turning the ball over quite a bit more. And some of it is from, the inherent playmaking that she's been doing too. But now we did wheel getting the news that Atkins wasn't going to play, which is phenomenal. I mean, she was their primary playmaker, so she should soak up some more of that. Plus, shot volume that Atkins can kind of carry from game to game too should help with both of the props. Taking a few more field goal attempts to help that one, and then just in general having the ball in her hands more is going to lead to more turnovers. So. Pretty excited about getting those in, man. I was actually very, very shocked to see that Atkins ended up sitting. So turnovers, I think, was phenomenal. Looks great with over the last month, just kind of her player progression. But the field goal attempts, I mean, she's had the same history against Minnesota team. She's averaging like 15 plus field goal attempts a game on them. Just has a really nasty cut to the basket that, that footwork just kind of burns Feezy and then burns Alana every time they play her one-on-one in the post. So they don't really have the size to necessarily be able to send help and double team either one of Reese or Cardoso. So coach is just going to leave it in the players' hands. Fee is going to be assigned to guard her one-on-one, and Alana Smith is going to have to deal with Cardoso. They'll kind of trade off between the two, but man, I don't know. Reese just has the recipe for this game, and she's been able to give them the business. So the only thing, again, I do worry about game not being close if it really is a bad blowout. We saw this last game, which is pathetic from Chicago. They only put up 49 points. But, we need a game at least 3 quarters out of these players. But turnovers, I'm glad I went with that as a primary because I think this could be a shit show, man, honestly.
Shit show. Yeah, Reese has been stepping up, man. So you got 11 and a half field goals. And now she's 12 and a half. We got that in the Discord, last night?
Or the day before? Let me see.
Okay. 11 and a half feels real good. 12 and a half, what do you think?
Yesterday.
If you haven't got on it yet, would you advise the 12 and a half still?
Man, if they were still at home, I would have a little bit more consideration to it, but I do worry again with the blowout. That could really kind of, not playing. We've seen her not play fourth quarter games before, so it's not, anything to put it past coach to do this. But if you didn't get the 11 and a half or the 12, I'd probably let it go with the 12 and a half. It's kind of pushing it.
Okay. All right.
I'd be looking at Cardoso, honestly, at the 10 and a half here, because she actually didn't get any kind of adjustment.
Man, Cardoso, man, her minutes sometimes scare the heck out of me.
Yeah, same thing with her, even more so with her.
So what's up with Liz Williams now popping on the board today? What's going on with that? Is that because her and Cardoso been kind of splitting?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of that, but they also got some nice flashy green bars to kind of hit you with here.
That's why. So because she had 20 back then. Wow. Cardoso must have been out that game.
Yeah. I believe just this last game, or the last 2 games, Cardoso was back for. I mean, she missed one or pushed in one, but the Atlanta matchup was also a pretty good matchup for her, so another thing for that. But that was also a blowout game too.
Okay. Ian Warner Comedy, what's up, man?
Yeah, what's up, man?
He said let's cash tonight, and then he said he's taking the under 12 and a half now that it's bumped on Reese's field goal attempts. I was thinking too, call me crazy, because my plays lately before pregame plays have been poo-poo, doo-doo, spoo-poo, la-la, nasty, disgusting. But I think Angel's going to score 15 points today. Crazy, crazy to say, but she's been putting it on Minnesota. 14 and a half, it's not too high for her, I don't feel. Now, do I want to put $1 million on it? No, I do not. If I got the 11 and a half field goal attempts, I'd probably like that better. But now, I'd probably rather take the points than the field goal attempts at 12 and a half. Like you said, kind of pass on that. But Ian said, fuck it, I'm going under. So, good luck. Hopefully she gets 12.
I mean, The points now at this point probably makes a lot more sense because I mean she also does get free throw attempts, so I mean it's not anything to put past her having just some wild free throw overall game. But yeah, man, I mean she's looked really really good, and with the addition of now not having Atkins, I mean there is not a lot of field goal attempts, but at least double digit field goal attempts is going to have to go somewhere.
Right. Dirty Reg says I see 15.5 points with the Sky. If I'm down 8 or less going into the fourth, I feel pretty good about my chances to cover. Now, will they be down 8 points or less is the scariest part about that sentence there. But, yeah, I think Angel can score today. They don't have anybody else. They definitely don't have anybody else. Ant the Kid says Rachel Banham definitely taking 11 shots today, so her field goal attempts must be 10.5. What do you think about that? Can she get shots up against Minnesota? I don't know what she did against them last time.
I mean, she's been pretty solid. We played her points in the last couple games. She's at 10.5, so I mean, I think it is fair play for this matchup. The little revenge matchup against her former team. She loves to play for this, but not having Atkins there, it's just going to kind of, I think, maybe put a little bit more pressure on her on the wing. We could see her in more of like, a facilitator role or facilitator duties tonight where she's passing the ball a little bit more and just taking, purely just spot up threes. So I don't mind it. I think it is, obviously somebody's going to have to pick up some more usage too. Likely to be the two bigs and then Banham in the mix as well. I just don't know who they're going to start, man. That's the only thing I'm kind of like scratching my head here. Is it going to be Becca Allen? Or are they going to go with more of a bigger lineup, which would make sense? And Mariah Jefferson would fit the bill a little bit better as a point guard. I mean, we did see this last game. She had 5 assists, so that does kind of bode for what she should be doing. So I would like to see this particular lineup start, and that would kind of solidify Rachel Banham more as a true shooting guard role, because I mean we do get kind of a mixed bag in here, where she had a couple duds but still put up productive actual scoring numbers. So the field goal attempts could be a little bit kind of a shot in the dark there, but I get it. I get it.
Now without Atkins, what does it look like without Atkins? Do you think, like you said, maybe Becca Allen, and then what was the other option? Maybe they'd start Liz Williams too? They'd start 3 bigs like that? Is that what you were thinking?
No, I don't think they'll start Liz Williams in any kind of case, whether that be Becca Allen honestly makes most sense.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's the other option if Mariah Jefferson doesn't start? What would you think? You're thinking Banham would play more ball handler and wouldn't shoot as much? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, well, assuming that Mariah Jefferson starts, which, I mean, she did the last game, so I would assume it's going to be her. But, the alternatives to be a starter would be something like, Kia Nurse in there, or I think the only options would be Becca Allen, Kia Nurse. Probably that's it. Yeah, one of those 2 players.
Okay. Let's see. Dirty Reg 22 says, yeah, it's scary. Yeah, it could be a blowout today. But we shall see. Never know. Starfall says, what's your fave pick for the Underdog promo? Do you get the Underdog promo? I didn't get any of those. I saw someone in the Discord had the Alicia Gray Discord promo, but I don't get any of those. Do you? You don't even get Underdog anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't. Underdog's completely useless for me now, so I haven't played on it in like 2 months.
Yeah, Starfall, throw up the some of the ones you're thinking about. Maybe we can talk through them or something like that. What were you gonna do, E? What was that?
I was gonna say that they put out a survey recently about, or basically asking the Underdog customers in North Carolina if they like the changes and stuff, and I'm hoping they revert it back because this stuff's been terrible. I mean, honestly, the website is completely useless because there's some like pick aspects of it, but it's basically just a book, like just a sports book now with with worse everything.
Yeah. The worst shit ever. Like, why would anyone do that if they could have a normal book there in North Carolina? So, yeah, that's wild. Chosen says, do y'all expect the Sky to get blown out today or be a competitive game?
I think they get blown out today, honestly. I think that they've been very fluky game schedules that have added a lot of fatigue on this Minnesota squad, and they've been playing a bunch of games where, the first time they played, it was on a back-to-back. The second time they played, it was one of the other teams was coming off of a back-to-back. I think the first time was Minnesota was a back-to-back. Second time, Chicago was a back-to-back. This last time, both teams were just coming off of a recent schedule, 4 games in 6 days. And then now we get a fully rested number 1 defense against, Chicago. So I think this is the reality check game that we've been missing of the 4 games, or would be 4 games.
Gotcha. Okay.
Real fast on Bantam though. If I'm playing anything for Bantam, it's gonna be her straight up points. I mean, that's just been bar none the most consistent thing that she's done. The RA, the shooting volume, all that stuff's been back and forth. They do not offer her 1.5 threes anymore because that was the main thing that was really carrying the weight of it. I cannot believe, bro, she was at plus money right here whenever they first started doing that. She was plus money for like half of this, but carrying most of the weight from 3. I would take straight up 10.5 points though over anything else.
For Big Rachel?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
All right. Oh, you were going on something else, or are we chilling?
I think we're good. Ian's asking about a streak on underdog play, and I was just going to say, I told him to hit me up, but basically what I was going to say is it depends kind of where you are in your streaks, because if you're starting a streak and you want 2 plays, that's one thing. And then if you have, if you're later in your streak, at least for me, I'm trying to just be patient and wait for the best play. There's nothing there for late in the streak, but if you want to start your streak, it's just kind of personal thing. Personal, bro. So hit me up, Ian, if you want, and we can see where you're at in the streak and see if there's anything out there. Starfall says there's Plum PRA, Courtney PRA, Becker's PRA, Boston PRA, Reese PR, Collier PR, and those are his favorites, but you can only pick one. Now, we don't know what the numbers are there, but is there anything that catches your eye out of those? Plum PRA, Courtney. Well, I know Courtney's tough because she's so high now, right? Becker's, yeah. Boston, scary today, in my opinion, against New York. Reese PR, Collier PR.
The Plum and the Collier one, I wouldn't mind. I think Collier could do enough damage to get there early, but Plum's PRA has been quite low lately. That one, I'm assuming probably closer to like 22, maybe 23.5. If Courtney Williams is somewhere under or at 23.5, I would play that, but yeah, the other one's a little bit scary. Boston, I'm definitely scared of that with JJ being back today, especially. And then Reese, man, I think if you didn't get the taco with Reese already, I'd probably leave her alone. The early value with Reese or the taco with Reese. Anything else Reese today related, I'm probably good on personally.
Makes sense. And then Collier with PR, they're adding the rebounds, and her rebounds against Reese aren't the best either. So yeah, I guess you're liking Courtney the best or Plum, depending on the number. Are you frozen? Hello. It looks frozen as you look frozen as heck right there, bro. Uh-oh. Hey, hey, come back, E. Where are you? All right, well, let's put this here, and let's try to get him back on the line. Let's see where he's at. He probably doesn't even know he's frozen yet. Oh, snap. Live streams, it's what happens. Yeah. Well, I don't know where's Youngin at, because we wanted to start that prop battle today. That would be fun. Oh, there he went. And let's see. He should be back here in a second. He must have figured it out. But in the meantime, guys, if you're out there, throw your favorite plays up. We can talk about him till he gets back if you want. Let's see. Big Two, if you're in here, throw up your play. Starfall says Courtney for 23.5 PRA. Yeah, I think that's a decent play. The thing with her is, I think her normal line is 27.5, which is crazy. But if we can get 23.5, that makes sense. Her lines are a little high but she has been balling as well. If you look at her 27.5, 20 and 24 the last two games. What's that? Well, 24, I guess, in Phoenix. The other one was in the All-Star game, I think. So that's not bad. I mean, she should get 24 PRA. That makes sense. What was Plum's? Starfall, if you got that. Let's see. What else do we have? Let's see. Oh, getting a message from E. He said power surge, internet reset. Well, okay. So he'll be back here after he resets his computer, I guess. We shall chill for the time being. Let's see. What can we look at? Oh, I know what his next plays were. Let's bring those back up. Oh, I can't. Damn. It's his screen. But I will look because I have it here. Let's see. I believe his next play he was liking was Hamby's PRA today. Let's look at that. Hamby's PRA. Oh, he's back. He's back. Starfall says it doesn't reveal the discount until you click it. Okay, gotcha. So Starfall said Courtney 23.5 PRA. Do you like that? Yeah, I was looking at that. It makes sense.
It was 23.5.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just trying to gauge what I would assume a typical underdog discount would have been. So yeah, 23.5. I could roll with that one.
Okay, cool. And then let's see. Oh, I was just talking. You have Gabby and Hamby left, so I was trying to remember. So I threw out Hamby for a second because I'm feeling Hamby today. But if you want to get to Gabby, that would work too. Whatever you want to do now. Now that you're back, we missed you.
Yeah, man. I don't know what that was. The power just randomly surged. I think we were getting some bad weather the last day or so, and they were doing some landscaping outside. So I don't know. That was weird. The internet or the power surge flickered, which my computer didn't go out, but the internet went out. I don't know. That was weird.
Okay. Well, you're back now.
Yeah, back now. All right. Well, let's talk about these last two. So Gabby Williams, who, oh man, did her lines move? She's all the way up to 24.5 PRA pretty much everywhere now. But got a nice, sweet little matchup at home. We got Dallas traveling out to Seattle, and she's been giving them the business, man. Had two really solid games against them so far this season to 27-25 PRA, and did a lot of her damage really just from straight up scoring, 17 and 18 real points. So I love the matchup. I will say, surprisingly, these two teams have played pretty close games, both of them within 10 points. And even though, yes, it is on the road, which can be somewhat scary for Dallas, they at least have their pieces back together. And now with Dallas being able to get their front court situated between, Lee Yuru, who's played some really good ball, and Luisa back from Eurobasket, I will say they've been a pretty competitive team. Now we got some extended rest for these players. Hopefully Enrique come back to her old self a little bit. And then getting Carrington back into the mix should help out a lot today. So I say that all that's being said, mostly just we need to keep the game close more so than anything. Gabby's still been playing really, really good minutes, even in these non-competitive games. She's still playing about 30 minutes a night. So I love to see it, man. She's just still been very, very productive, and 22.5 felt a touch low, as you can see it was with the line bumps and adjustments afterwards. So I like Big Gabby. She's been fun to watch. Always great to see on the eyes. Been just a good player for the team.
Yeah. What's up with the couple times where she doesn't get it, though? Do we have a reason for it? Are they blowouts? Does she get injured? Like, what do you have to make me feel better about this? Because I always love Gabby, too, but there's just been a few games where she doesn't get there. Matchup?
Yeah, I mean, Well, some of them definitely be in the matchup. I mean, this last game, she didn't really take many threes over the last 2 games, I will say. Not really, her normal self. She should be taking at least, more than obviously 3 or 1. Stop. 3 or more 1 attempts here. Her field goal volume was pretty well the same. She just shot extremely poor. She went 2 of 9 in both of the games. And this last game, they weren't really needing, for her to do a whole hell of a lot. And she got in some weird foul trouble in the second half too. I will say she had a little run of just fouls and not doing anything. So could be that time of the month. You never know, or that time of the year. But just I think honestly an outlier performance, and what would be on paper 2 tougher matchups. Hey, shout out to Golden State, dude. They're still giving teams a business here. So not that surprise, but we got a nice soft matchup for this one. And the last time that we've seen Gabby in a good matchup was these 2 Connecticut games where she snapped off and obviously, wrecked her PRA. So I still like her. I think bounce back performance is in order, and at home she's been a monster.
Big Gabby. I always love Gabby. So 22.5, that's around her normal line. Dallas is a great matchup, as we know, always, so it makes sense. And then Hamby's your last play. I'm really liking Hamby today, too. Hamby's been solid, bro. She's been solid. Compared to most players in this league this season, she's been pretty solid, and her lines aren't too crazy. And you're not worried about this matchup.
Yeah, man. The matchup's been pretty solid for her so far, albeit they only played 1 time this season. But it was just something, honestly, that lined up really perfectly this last game with the recent changes we've seen between these 2 teams. So with Washington, they've been phenomenal at being able to defend the 3-point line, something that, they've really been able to clamp down on. With the return of Shakira Austin, their pick and roll defense, really, really phenomenal outside on the wing. But trade-offs are going to happen with that being the case. They're great on the wing, terrible on the inside, just absolutely getting lit up inside the paint right now. And it's going to happen, especially whenever you pull, say, like Shakira Austin, for example. She gets pulled out to the wing a lot to help cover and for those, whenever the roller goes over. So it does leave basically just kind of a one-on-one downhill matchup, and that's something that Hamby, really, really thrives on. So we've seen her step it up in the RA department. That's something that's been really consistent all season for her. And the little engine that could, any competitive game, she's out there playing 33, 34 minutes a night, barring any kind of foul trouble. But just, we liked her a lot last year. She was really, really solid for us. And then, honestly, this year, I can't say any complaints for her. She's just doing a little bit for everything, a little bit of everything on the team right now. And the field goal volume was something that was really, really promising over the last couple of games. We highlighted this over, basically the last 10 games now, where she was coming off of this kind of weird downturn where she wasn't shooting the ball very consistent. Had a lot of, 3 games in a row of under 10 field goal attempts is kind of crazy. But back to her old self, now this looks more in line with what we saw in the first half of the season. So double-digit field goal attempts is really kind of, what we're looking for ideally. 12 to 13 field goal attempt range would be perfect. But yeah, man, just a great matchup for her. She should be able to have her way with Kiki again. And it was just kind of a weird matchup. Honestly, it looked like both teams were just going back and forth with a little less defense. And it was just like, watch the pick and roll go by on both sides of the ball, and wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing happen again today. Just, the bigs go to work, and God forbid if they draw any kind of foul trouble on somebody down low, then they're just going to keep hammering in even more. So I like it. I like the minutes, like the production. The line was still appropriate for her. The only thing would be, just random blowout trouble, but Washington being at home should help that out. So I like it. And we beat the line movement too, which is something kind of crazy. They weren't offering her PRA for a long while, and the 25.5, I don't even think they're offering anywhere at all now. So that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, man. Makes sense to me. Got a little, looks like every single play you have here has bumped. Gabby's still 22.5 though, I think. But all the other ones moved, it looks like. So.
Oh no, she's 24.5.
What?
Yeah, she bumped everywhere.
Oh, wow. I didn't even look. I thought for sure she was 22.5 still. Okay, never mind. So shit, everything bumped that you posted yesterday. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's the Discord right there, guys. Jump in the Discord. You'll get these lines here. You know, when they don't have games for days and then we stream, they've been bumped already for a couple of days. So that's why we're looking at this today. But tomorrow we'll be on stream and hopefully there won't be as many bumps. And if you want to jump in the Discord, you can get the numbers when they actually come out and when E actually posts them. So another reason we have 26 likes today. E, that's not bad. 26 likes, guys.
Hell yeah, we appreciate y'all. Couldn't do this without y'all. Definitely, trying to grow the community here. So we appreciate every one of those likes. And every time we're starting fresh here. So every time we get to 25 likes, it's been our sweet spot for a good day. So that's what, knock on wood, planned for this afternoon. And before we get out of here, I will say, just to recap a few things. We were, again, waiting on that Jackie Young news. Let's see. Okay, Hines Allen for Dallas is going to be out tonight. Dejanay Carrington is available. We do not have news for Jackie Young, so we'll probably get Jackie Young news sometime either right after the first game kicks off or just before the second set of games. I will say in that game in particular, so there's, I think, definitely some potentially good props here. On the surface, I'm a little worried that Atlanta could come in and just beat the shit out of Vegas, and this game could be, a really bad bloodbath for them. Without Jackie Young, that's kind of scary. Without Asia is a little bit more scary, but without Jackie, that's kind of pushing it. But if Jackie Young does sit, I will say that the two props that were kind of interesting. One, they had a combo assist prop for Jordan Canada and Chelsea Gray. I think that one is going to be very appealing. With Ryan Howard being out, Jordan Canada picks up her assist and playmaking a lot more. And it should help also Alicia Gray, her on-court matchup. He's going to be whoever fills in for that next person. So could be Bell off the bench or, Dana. Not really sure yet. But if Jackie Young sits, I will like Alicia Gray scoring a little bit more. And then I think Asia Wilson is just going to have to shoot the ball more, man. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But Atlanta could definitely afford to double team her and just dare any of the other guards to beat her. So I'm not really sure if I'm sold on Asia Wilson necessarily yet, but yeah, this game can honestly be really, really great, or it could be a terrible, terrible blowout.
For sure.
I don't know.
I
don't know
like
how to
that
feel about that.
I like that one player, Nye is her last name, I think. She's pretty good every time she gets in. I haven't looked too close, but you think she'll get some more run too? If Jackie's out?
I mean, it's possible, but more than likely they're going to go with, I always forget. Yeah, Dana Evans and Kirsten Bell will probably suck up most of the minutes. I would love to see them.
She's tight.
I would love to see them play her. Dude, she's insane. She's so good.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh, she got 23 minutes last game. Okay, there we go. So maybe she'll get another 20 if Jackie's out.
Hopefully.
And then we'll get her props next game, maybe.
Again, just kind of waiting to see who that starter is going to be if Jackie Young does it. So, not sure. We'll kind of play the wait and see game here for now. But these the two later games, I think, is totally fine with how much time given between not only the start time of the first games, but how much time we have left on the date as well. We could totally break this down into a smaller slate, or have a couple plays out of these two games here. So we'll circle back to that. I will say also, small shout out to Lee Rue. Her PRA and rebounds are a touch low. Also going against Seattle, who she desperately wanted to get out of that team. She wanted a trade so bad. So something to think about there.
Dirty Reg says he's going Arike under 15.5 points, which does make sense. She hasn't done shit lately, right? Only got 8 in both games against the Storm so far this season.
Yeah, man, bro, I was so mad because the first night that Prizepicks dropped a bunch of stuff, they made a bunch of adjustments, and she was one of them that was on the board. They opened her at 15.5, and I think within the first hour she had bumped down to 14.5. So a little sad at myself not getting that out there.
What is she now? 15.5. Good old.
No, I think she's still at 14.5. Yeah, 14.5.
Okay.
She opened at 15.5.
That's nice. She hasn't done shit. I mean, she's that weird one that can just score 25, but yeah. Quinterly and James, they got other scores now. It seems like she's not even getting those attempts. Ant the Kid says, Alicia Gray over 9.5 rebounds and assists. I was going to say, too, now that he brings rebounds and assists up, does Breanna Stewart have rebounds and assists we can look at and go under, or have they adjusted? Oh, she's 10.5 now. I was going to say, with JJ back, it might be interesting.
Yeah. That I thought about that one too. I mean, the RA kind of, it's obviously appropriate, but the rebounds at 6.5, though, I thought was kind of interesting too. I mean, it's a great RA downside, the assists especially, but no idea. JJ is definitely on a minutes limit. They did say that, but no idea what kind of, how many minutes does that actually entail and X, Y, and Z.
C-Dot and his money lines. He's going risky. He says Lynx money line, Liberty money line, Storm money line minus 185. Add your fave prop to this to build a plus money parlay. Just my thoughts if anyone needs any help. What do you think? Underrated in E. I think that C-Dot uses Fliff, and it's probably not the best odds because he doesn't want to use Onyx. But I bet you on other sites that's not minus 185, but it's more like minus 140. What is it on DK? And then
FanDuel's got 176.
Oh no! Well, Fliff might have decent odds then. Let's see what Bovada got. Bovada sucks sometimes too. But
172 on DraftKings.
Okay, so it's a little better, but 185 is not too bad. So you got to just add something to that. What do you think about those three? I know Lynx. I would imagine Lynx and Liberty get it done. What about Storm? We've had so many upsets lately. Okay.
I like all three of them today.
Okay. There you have it. It's just, man, we've been watching so many shits go backwards that it's hard to trust. One of the teams makes sense, but then when you add all the factors with all three of the teams, ooh-wee, starts getting scary for me personally. But, hey, never know.
Oh, it can definitely be a bit obnoxious. I think I might even have to spice it up just to get this a little bit better. I could put my flag on Minnesota winning the first half of this game here. Get the odds down a little bit better than that.
At least they're at home, huh?
Yeah. So minus 143 if you took full game Seattle, New York, and then first half for Minnesota.
Okay.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right, we are at the end of the comments, so we could get out of here. And the first game's at 7:30 Eastern, is that right? We have a half an hour extra?
Yeah. So
okay, cool.
Just an hour from now.
All right.
All right, then. Well, we are going to get out of here. We appreciate you guys, as always, hanging out with us this afternoon. We'll be back tomorrow. For tomorrow as well, I will say Atlanta is on the front end of a back-to-back. They travel tomorrow as well out to, I believe, Phoenix, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they travel to Phoenix, so keep an eye out for that game. Small consideration for Griner unders, because if they're still doing that nonsense with her in the minutes, this would definitely be a game for that. But keep an eye out for second half unders, because Atlanta will for sure be sitting players if they can.
Shout out Dirty Reggie says, hello, love the show, guys, and the chat. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it. As always, much love from the fam here. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. We'll catch you guys in the Discord. So good luck tonight. We'll see y'all back here tomorrow, and peace.